him locked up by the feds. I mean, with this information here, I'm surprised. I have never seen such a 39-year-old old person hate on a young person so bad.
She's like a year older than you.
I'm not 39. I'm 34.
I already got your birthday cake ready with 40 candles.
This guy right here, I'm gonna get 40 lashes.
Excuse me. Hold on, real quick.
That's not right. I can say that. You can't say it to me. But nah, if you don't know who Roseanne is basically, she's a YouTube creator. She has over 4 million subscribers on YouTube. She basically does a lot of videos where it's like
I've never heard of her before until this.
She does a lot of videos where she's baking, baking cakes, baking cookies.
She got cakes?
Yeah, she got cakes.
She got them cakes.
Baking cookies. Also, she has versus video where like she's comparing things to one another. And her new thing to do is to hate on MrBeast. So ever since October 2023, where she did a couple of videos with MrBeast. One of them was a TikTok hide and go seek challenge where she felt like she came in 3rd place, but MrBeast edited her out. She ain't like that, so she been exposed.
Why did he edit her out? Was she cheating?
No, I mean, I never found out why he allegedly edited her out.
Basically, what we've all known and what we all always thought is MrBeast videos are fake. They're not real contests. They're like sometimes scripted content, and she's basically been the one to prove that is true. And even with her own experience, she said that was true, and she talked to a lot of MrBeast employees that basically say that's true, and she talks, it seems like, to all of the MrBeast employees.
That's why they love her.
All the dirt, and she's giving them a platform on her platform. So it's either baking or slander is all you're getting on her channel.
Exactly. I mean, like Makoa said, like imagine all your ex-employees that you fired because they was being lazy or they was coming to work late. But they got the dirt on you. They know when you was coming late. They know when you was coming to work a little tipsy. They know all that when you talk to this one person a little crazy. Addiction. They know about your gambling addiction. They know about your naughty text messages that you be sending to coworkers.
Naughty Discord.
Well,
and what's crazy is like a lot of people be like, oh, these people are faking. They're making fake content for views so they can make money off the views. You know, putting MrBeast's name in a crazy story, you're going to get views for exposing him. But it's like I could see someone saying that, but when you have a plethora of employees, like, a whole bunch of them coming to the same person and kind of saying the same things, and them not being scared of being sued by MrBeast because, he's like a bajillionaire, they're not scared of being sued, and they're coming out in droves to say this against him. So that makes it seems like there's some validity to some of their...
When smoke this fire?
Yeah, there's some validity to some of their claims. Because they're doing this freely. These videos are doing really well, and he's not doing anything to try to get them taken down.
Yeah, he's not really talking about this situation.
He won't address it either.
I mean, but he's already under fire because of the whole Ava Chris situation. Remember we talked about that too, and this. And also, that's what I think Dog Pack. That's what the dude right here is, and her. They
comment down below. If we need to make this clip go viral. We just made the ops go away. We put him to sleep. We put Camilla down.
Oh, Lord.
Now we need to get rid of MrBeast.
You gotta get rid of Rosanna.
He's a blue YouTuber. Go ahead and nominate Chico Grande as the new MrBeast.
Oh God, they don't want you as MrBeast.
He'll be the new
KSI.
KSI.
No, my forehead isn't that big.
Not yet.
Horrible.
Wait till you fall asleep.
All right.
But we're gonna box each other. I'll clearly win, but more to come on that.
Disrespectful. But okay, so back to the story at hand. So it looks like here, MrBeast is number one. MrBeast is exactly. MrBeast's number one hater somehow miraculously got messages from basically MrBeast back in early 2021 of him basically talking naughty and crazy. Now, here is some things that basically MrBeast got caught talking about. Yes, a video. This is real short, like 5 seconds.
Messages starting with the sexually explicit photo.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this isn't a work chat.
So Ava Tyson sends a photo of a young-looking girl in a sheer top.
Ivanka Trump when.
Oh, yeah, you're trying to get us flagged for real, Coast.
What?
But allegedly they were sending nudies, and one of them was the person pictured there,
but it was
Ivanka, and apparently it's when
she wasn't. I mean,
it wasn't her.
No, I mean it wasn't her at that age.
Yeah.
It was her at it was her at an older age. She was like 18, 19 when she did it because she did a cover of Playboy. Allegedly.
Playboy, yeah.
But basically,
they didn't know that. They thought that she was inappropriate age and were sharing this.
Because that's what they're alleging that Chris did. Chris sent the picture saying, "Oh yeah, I think this is basically what's her name, Ivanka at this age," and then and that's when he was making a joke about it. But that's what's going on in this whole group message. They have normal group messages. You may have you have a whole bunch of fart jokes, or may have a whole bunch of you ugly or you broke or you ain't it's a whole bunch of talking crazy. But with this group chat has super. Oh yeah, some people group chats have racist jokes, but these group chats is way worse than racist jokes. These are jokes that you talk about, underage jokes that you shouldn't be talking about at all. I don't even know how you even come across this.
It's like what they say. They're they always make memes of people getting arrested, and it's me and the boys if our group chat ever got leaked. And that's what your closest friends on iMessage or whatever. But them doing it on Discord, that's even more brazy because one, that's not your closest friends.
They're doing it on Telegram.
That's some of your internet friends. Mm-hmm. And of course on Discord it stays there. It doesn't delete. So if you make a comment, it stays there. And then everyone that's in that Discord can look at that history. So it's kind of crazy that they were being this crazy, this distasteful. Mm-hmm. And on a public server that that anyone is a part of.
True. I mean, everybody
could get screenshots of.
True. I mean, and that's what she's trying to do is she's basically trying to put two and two together. She's trying to show everybody that how MrBeast said, "Oh, I didn't know Ava Chris was doing all this stuff."
You knew.
But now she's showing the text message no, you knew. You knew, y'all. You were actually partaking in the jokes. You said the jokes back because she's it's some people it was some people that MrBeast worked with. He called them Delaware, and they be why'd you call him Delaware? But, oh yeah, because he's banned from Delaware, and you don't even want to know why. Or you.
Honestly, it seems a little weird. It seems like MrBeast has a type 2, for his workers, because it's everyone that she's interviewed, they look like the same person. Mm-hmm. They're ultra pale and pasty white dudes that are ultra skinny. Just kind of typical metrosexuals. I was gonna say H&M clientele.
They got trouble too. Abercrombie
people that are they basically look like H&M or Zara people. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh Lord.
But it's the same thing, and it's is that what MrBeast is into?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if something came out. Not he came out somebody came out and said he did this, or they alleged they tried to Shannon Sharp him. He had a boyfriend.
His best friend in life,
Ava, is a girl now.
Yeah, so it's
but he was married at the same time. He was married. He had a kid. Remember, Chris has a kid and he was married. So I mean,
that's what I'm saying. But it's they were weird at a young age, and they kept on getting weirder and weirder. Now they're weirdos with money, and now that they're weirdos with money, what's the first thing this weirdo does with some money?
True. Yeah, and that's what it's saying.
Chopped it off.
I mean, I don't know if he chopped it off yet.
I'm just kidding.
But I mean, he is going that way. He is basically transitioning and everything. But people are.
And then a lot of people say that they felt like something was off with him or not mentally right, and then you find out that he has this storied history of basically being mentally troubled. Exactly. So I don't mean people really didn't miss the mark at all.
They didn't, and people were calling this strange because they didn't miss the mark at all with the whole Ava situation. You got these text messages going on, and on top of that, all your YouTube videos are they're saying they're kid friendly. They're kid friendly videos. So
when we make videos, we have 4 channels. Every single video asks, "Is this video for kids or not?" Because the rules are completely different. Mm-hmm. You have to mark if your video is the audience is children or the audience is adults. So I know, since you probably can, if you have kids or have young siblings, that you can go on YouTube and go to the kids' YouTube. Mm-hmm. And MrBeast stuff's all over the kid YouTube.
Yes,
because that's his audience. But then this is the stuff that he's really doing, this freak stuff.
He's doing that, and on top of that, he's getting sued, and also he's getting sued by people that actually do the challenges with him. So they're suing them for they wasn't getting fed enough food, or being exposed to sex harassment, because it's he be doing shows with 500 people there.
Yeah.
And out of 500 people there, you have some people there that's a little bit too extra. So you run into those people. So he's getting sued by that. She's releasing that information. She's also talking about how allegedly MrBeast is into pump and dump with cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah, they did talk about that a lot. Like that's basically like insider trading, but with crypto. And like crypto isn't regulated, so technically you can get away with it. But that's what we were saying. Like these celebrities and big name people were getting like NFTs.
Yeah,
like
about Gary V.
We're gonna make these popular and make them worth a lot, and then these other people buy it and they all sell them, and then it's worth nothing. So yeah, like you said, pump and dump, like people do with stocks.
That's crazy how I didn't know, and then the way that MrBeast and them, the way that she explained it, and how MrBeast talked about it, MrBeast was on Logan Paul podcast.
To me, that's absolutely crazy that he was bold enough to speak about it on Logan Paul's podcast. Even though, I mean, that's probably why, because technically that's why they do it with crypto, because crypto's not regulated. Because if they did that in the normal stock market, they would still be in jail. So it's just crazy.
I mean, would they really? Because remember the people that did the GameStop. GameStop was pumping up. They found that out.
Yeah, but that's a little bit of a different. It was like he's doing more stuff about like what's her name that got messed up with Enron?
Who, Enron?
Snoop Dogg's best friend, the white lady
that
cooks.
Martha Stewart.
Yeah, that's like she got in trouble because one of her rich friends told her, "You need to buy this stock and then sell it," and she did it. And that's when that whole Enron thing happened, and that's when she went to jail because they're like, "You knew about this."
I mean, that's what they said. So basically, yeah, that's what they said on the Logan Paul thing with MrBeast. MrBeast was like,
his one friend is like, "That sounds kind of illegal," like, and he was like, "No, I just didn't explain it right."
Exactly. So basically, the way that he explained it, and you guys comment down too. Is this pumping up? He was like, one day
sounds like my co-host in the streets.
He was like, one day, Gary V called me. Somebody called me and they said, "Oh yeah, we can do this group meeting at this time with Gary V. You got to be there." Then you call the line. You're in a group meeting with like 30 other people. You hear you hear Gary V talking about everybody needs to do this. Everybody needs to buy this cryptocurrency. Buy it now. It's gonna make y'all millions. It's gonna make y'all rich. And everybody's like, well, because I guess the way that they're explaining it, Gary V makes a lot of people money. And he hasn't been wrong yet. So, I mean, they buy.
It's insider trading. When you have people have mass amounts of wealth where they, a small
illegal,
group
though?
of million or, billionaires get together and they're like, we're going to do this and this is going to definitely change the market. That's illegal, but they're doing it in crypto. So that's how they're getting away with it.
That's what
they're not doing it in the normal stock market because that would be 100% illegal in the normal stock market.
That's crazy. It's like it's either two things. It's either two things. You got the straight and narrow way. But it's like when you're growing up and you about to do crime, you got your one friend, he'll come up with you, but hey, I got this, yeah, yo. We're gonna bust it down, we're gonna make $1 million, we're gonna be Scarface. And then you go to jail for years and years and years. But then you got Logan Paul and them, we ain't finna bust down no drugs, we finna do pump and dump. And even if you get caught pump and dump, you only do like 6. I think even every time I see somebody do like some type of blue collar, is it white collar crime, blue collar crime, like some type of fraud, they only get like a year or 6 months.
Oh yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, this
White
person
collar.
stole $300 million from the government. He has to do 6 months in jail.
He did.
Like, what?
He stole 20 million tax evasion or this or that. We're gonna give him 6 months probation.
You're like I could have did this.
It is crazy, yeah. I mean, it just lets you know that like, don't trust anything. I mean, that's basically what it is at the end of the day.
True, and I didn't even know there were I didn't know there were like pump and dump scams where like I seen they said watch out for emails because people get scammed and you basically like you don't like you'll get an email and be like, oh yeah, you have the greatest opportunity in the world. If you've been chosen, all you gotta do
You get
is
text messages like that.
Kamala Harris text messages.
Yeah.
Please vote.
I blocked her.
Harvard. Disrespectful, but no, I mean that's crazy. Like you can the pump like they do like the blue collar crimes, and then they get like 4 months, 6 months of probation, and they be like, oh yeah, and they gotta turn over, and they got fined for like $1 million. But you just said they stole 20 million,
and then they also go to like the rich people prisons because it was like a non-violent crime.
Yeah,
so they're allowed to go to the prisons that have like tennis courts and like yoga.
That's what Batman Kevo told me. Batman Kevo told me that He went to jail with a white man, and the white man said, "What you in jail for?" He said, "I was in jail for selling." He's like, "Let me see your paperwork." He said, "Oh, that's all you made?" He said, "Oh, let me show you what I'm in here for." He said he took like the dude took like $4 million, and he only had to do like a year in the feds.
And it's crazy because it's like people with money use that money to make money, but it's like you got to have like real deal Holyfield money to like do some of the deals. Like, oh, I'm gonna spend $20 million and I might not see any investment or return for a couple of years, but then you get like 40, 50, 100 mil back.
Exactly, that's what happened. I mean, that's what.
Because all the people that are like billionaires, they ain't really
that.
doing stuff. Like they're just playing the
They
stock
pump and
market.
dump it.
Yeah,
They all doing pump and dump. All right,
with businesses, with startups, with all that. And then what's crazy is all of them have foundations.
Yes.
So then they use that for basically tax fraud.
I didn't even know that was like nonprofit organizations, like the number one thing they use in the cipher. Like what put their money
Like
through,
money laundering, basically.
Do their money laundering, do all this nonprofit organizations.
You know who does that a lot too?
Who?
The Kardashians. The one mama started a church.
Kris Jenner?
Yeah, Mama Jenner. She started a church, like where they live, in California. So now, since like she has multiple daughters that are billionaires, they can be like, oh well, we donated $20 million to the church, and it's like, no, you just didn't want to pay tax on that $20 million.
That's crazy. Then you give it to your mom, and then you know your mom you gonna get it back eventually. But that's.
Yeah, that's so they do a foundation or a church or something where they
so
can funnel money through it.
It's so crazy how like they always be like, oh yeah, don't do drugs, don't do this, don't do that. But when you get rich, you find out that y'all doing something illegal.
When you get rich, your number one thing in life is to screw people that are poorer than you.
That's what they said.
And to keep screwing them. I mean, that's really what the whole thing with the government. So, I mean, that's why some people say you got to get rich or die trying, because you're only going to live a certain lifestyle if you at a certain tier.
They said like you can't. It's hard to name any rich people that didn't take advantage of the poor, the lower class community. Yeah, like that's the number one. That's the number one thing you got to do.
It's been going on since the dawn of time. Think about how great we look at like the Romans or the Egyptians, and the Romans either had slaves or people that they conquered and then turned into slaves. Those people did all the work. It wasn't the actual Romans themselves. They just took the credit. They would maybe do the plans, but they had the armies of people to get it done. And that's basically our role now.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's true. I mean, doesn't have a business mindset. You do gotta have some workers. I mean, that's how Walmart's here. You wouldn't have Walmart if you didn't have.
No, Walmart killed all of privately owned businesses, like all the mom and pops.
Yeah, you did.
Across the United States. There ain't no mom and pop supply stores or grocery. It's like Walmart's here.
Exactly. It's like what HEB doing. That's why you'll see that many other grocery stores here, because I think HEB
kicked them all out.
And they own like a lot of like the seafood, they have a whole bunch of farms with the fish and everything. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, they have all of that where they grow the potatoes.
They grow all this stuff. So it's hard for you to.
There's like we used to have Kmart and Albertsons. Mm-hmm. And even some other ones, but I think pretty much all of those are gone.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, a lot of businesses are closing. You gotta be careful. But I mean, that's what so basically that's what's going on with MrBeast and the Rosanna situation. Now, she got this other situation we're finna talk about right now. So that's why I ain't want to.